Morning, morning. Chip the Hostile Hiker here. It's Friday, March the 20th, 2026. I don't know what time it is. I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Day 8 on the Appalachian Trail. Got up this morning, 6:06. Checked with Private Cunningham over breakfast. He was bitching about his feet. He was bitching about food. I advised Private Cunningham to drink water, take some ibuprofen, and continue mission northbound. He gave a smile and a wink. Said, Roger that. So, morale's high again. Spent the night at Rocky Mountain. It was a good night. Didn't see anyone else up on top of the hill. Had to carry water up there. 3 liters, so 6.6 pounds. On the last push up the hill was a pain in the neck. My pack's feeling lighter this morning. Either my pack's getting lighter because I'm losing stuff and forgetting stuff, or my legs are getting stronger. Or maybe it's a combination thereof. I think I'm going to try to get up to Addis Gap today. ADDIS. Should be about 11 miles. That'll leave me 4 or 5 miles to get out to Dick's Gap tomorrow. And to get into Hiawassee, Georgia for a resupply. I need to get some laundry done. Grab some food. And go from there. I'm on the downhill side of Rocky Mountain now. It's a beautiful morning. Got to catch a nice sunrise. Eating breakfast. Normally for breakfast, I've been using protein oatmeal from Quaker, that instant stuff. I'm seeing a lot more stuff on the supermarket shelves now with protein in it. I'm glad to see that. Had 2 of those this morning with some coffee, with some Carnation instant breakfast mixed into it. Get a little bit of sustenance out of it instead of cream or just hot cocoa or something like that. Lunch has been peanut butter with honey on tortillas. It's pretty tasty. I generally have 2 bars in the morning for a snack. Sometime mid-morning, like Quest bars or Kind bars or any kind of bar. Just something to get a couple calories, get some sugar, keep you moving. I do the same thing in the afternoon, maybe 3 o'clock. Have a couple bars tucked in my pocket. I have a couple meat sticks too, to change up that flavor a little bit if need be. Dinner time, I started off with backpacking meals. Mostly Peak is what I brought with me. Peak has a lot of calories in it for some reason, which I appreciate. Chubby likes to eat. When I'm out of backpacking meals, because they're very expensive, I don't know how people do it every day, but I bought some from home, and I've mailed some to myself that I'm hoping to use up some of the stash I have at home. But those Knorr sides, if you've ever seen them in the store, KNORR, they come in green packaging. They're usually like some rice and noodle and some flavor. I've been getting those out of hiker boxes, and you can find them at most any grocery store. They're easy to cook up in a pot. The directions want some milk and some butter, but I have neither of those. But I did find some olive oil packets in a hiker box, so I've used some of those. Spam singles, not just a whole can of Spam, but just a single slice of it. I cut that up into cubes and throw that into that. That's pretty tasty. It's pretty filling. I bet you it's 600 calories per bag. Throw some Spam in there. It's probably 800 calories. So that's a good dinner for backpacking. Next time I go to the store, I'm going to buy some of those real bacon bits. You know those, not the crunchy ones, but those real ones. The ones that are kind of squishy. They come in a jar. They might be made by Hormel or some other brand. I'm going to bring those and mix them into those Knorr sides. Another popular thing is those Idahoan potatoes. Instant potatoes. I've also seen those with protein in it, so I'm glad to see that. That's what I've been doing for grub. When you get to town, you kind of fill up on some town food. Last time you guys saw, I had pizza. I hanker meat like hamburgers, nice greasy hamburgers and some French fries. They're always a satisfying meal to me when I'm backpacking. Couple days, I'll be out of Georgia, so I'll be psyched about that. But that's it for now. I'll catch up with you guys later. Another day on the Appalachian Trail. I'm psyched. Glad to be here. Oh, almost biffed it. Would have got that on video. Here's a nice cruisy piece of trail. Going downhill. Trying to head to Addis Gap today. Maybe about another 4 or 5 miles. It's a beautiful day. First day of spring on the Appalachian Trail. Glad to be here. The trail looks very similar to hiking trails back home in Yates County, New York. If anyone's ever hiked out there at the Italy State Land and gone up the Bristol Hills Trail, that orange blaze from Italy Valley Road up towards the east there, it looks just like that. Except this has white blazes on it. It's got a little bit more traffic. So that shelter at the Italy State Land that the Boy Scouts put up looks very similar. It's a little bit smaller than a shelter you'd see on the Appalachian Trail. On the Appalachian Trail, they're maybe 10, 15 miles apart. A lot of people stay there. They generally have a reliable water source, and they have a lot more tent camping areas around them. I'm in the main part of hikers on the Appalachian Trail called the Bubble. I'd say the week before I put in on Friday, March the 13th, I think they put in about 350 hikers at the start point since then. So the Bubbles, I'm either in it or it's right around me. It hasn't been an issue though. You could always find a spot to pitch a tent. Even if you don't make it to a shelter, there's some stealth sites in between, as they're called, which are just some established camping areas. They might not have water at them, but you have to haul water from 0.2 of a mile or whatnot away just to get you by. But yeah, cruisy piece of trail. Looks just like upstate New York, except I happen to be in North Georgia. Evening, how are you? It's the end of day 8 on the Appalachian Trail. I'm at the Deep Gap Shelter at mile 65.8 on the Appalachian Trail. Did 11.7 miles today from Rocky Mountain. Couple of these hills were rough today. Got in the camp a little bit late, pushed a little bit farther than I intended to. Gonna get up tomorrow, pack up my stuff, and get down to Dick's Gap so I could take a shuttle into Hiawassee, get some laundry done and whatnot. It was a good day, probably in the 70s, I'll say. I ended up having to take off the legs of my pants. I think we have 20 tent people here tonight and a couple people staying in the shelter. The shelter seems to be riddled with mice. I've yet to stay in a shelter. You could see behind me here is my trekking pole. My trekking poles would gives my tent structure. It's a Z-Pax Soloplex. Overall, a nice day. I met Dynamite and Six Pack, and I wrote down Tough Hills. My feet are getting a little beat up. I had to apply some Luco tape to spots I never had to before, but such is life. Your whole body gets tough on the Appalachian Trail. Your mind, your legs, your feet, your back, all of it. So, Rule 21, never stray from the way. On my way to Maine. See ya. Look at that sunrise over my camp. Here's some photos from throughout the day. Some landscapes. Here's a nice privy at Deep Cut Gap Shelter. And here's a view of the terrain I covered from my day hiking to Deep Gap Gulch. Look at this beard, 8 days, coming in nice and gray.